Welcome to Global News Network. I'm Emma Anderson, bringing you the latest headlines from around the world. Texas got a sex instruction update a long time back. Advocates say there are still holes. Quite a while back, Texas understudies got refreshed well-being educational programs, remembering guidance for human sexuality, across all grade levels. It was the initial time since the 1990s the Texas state leading group of instruction refreshed the learning objectives for school locale. In any case, the new educational program did exclude data on assent, orientation, or sexuality. Legislators likewise made the guidance select important guardians and parental figures need to sign a consent slip so understudies can get this data. As indicated by the U.S. Habitats for Infectious Prevention and Anticipation (CDC), Texas positioned in the main 20 states with high paces of chlamydia and gonorrhea in 2022. Texas is additionally in the main 10 states for adolescent birth and had the second most elevated pace of rehash youngster births in the country in 2021. Advocates say one method for further developing these results would be counteraction endeavors, similar to sex training. Be that as it may, in spite of the update, they make statements that are more regrettable than they were quite a while back, and they're concerned children are missing vital data. In the event that we can give this data in a protection measure, we will see improved results for all individuals, said Allison Macklin, the overseer of strategy and backing for Public Strategy Association Sex Ed for Social Change, SAICS. Sex schooling in Texas. Wellbeing training in Texas is expected in primary school and center school. However, sex training isn't needed in secondary school. Concurring to the Texas Training Organization TA, grade school understudies acquire abilities around 5 theme regions: actual well-being, psychological well-being, and injury and savagery counteraction. Center school and secondary school understudies find out about contraceptive and sexual well-being, drug counteraction, and relational viciousness. The new educational plan norms executed in 2022, called the Texas Fundamental Information and Abilities (TKS) for well-being training, remember data for pubescence, contraceptives, physically communicated contaminations, STIs, and limits. These principles start in center school and go on into secondary school. Sex training in Texas is forbearance first and doesn't need to be extensive or medicinally exact. As per SAICS, Texas gets the most noteworthy measure of forbearance just subsidizing in the country, from government programs through the U.S. branch of well-being and human administrations. It's particularly about endlessly risk evasion, said Sherry Cook, pioneer behind Completely Informed Sex Ed, Shrewd, a Dallas-based association giving entire well-being sex schooling guidance. Everything revolves around driving away others and not trusting. There's tiny things in there about figuring out how to be a sound individual in a relationship with others. Sex instruction as a well-being counteraction device. As per the American Foundation of Pediatrics AAP, complete sex training helps in lessening paces of sexual movement, sexual gamble ways of behaving, STIs, and juvenile pregnancy and deferring sexual action. Thorough sex schooling, said the AAP, incorporates proof-based, medicinally precise educational plan that gives data on human turn of events, connections, sexual way of behaving, sexual well-being, and society and culture. Raul Rojas, the head of local area well-being schooling for Arranged Life as a parent of more prominent Texas, said when sex training is shown in Texas, it's old-fashioned. It's educated from an exceptionally heteronormative point of view of young men and young ladies taking part in hazardous ways of behaving, and not maintaining that the consequence of those ways of behaving should be a pregnancy, he said. Lacking the part converses with you as a person. That incorporates spaces for self-reflection, said Rojas, about individuals' qualities, personalities, and confidence. Sex training ought to be instructed so you can be better, more joyful, and a superior individual to people around you, he said. Your local area, however your partners and your companions as you're developing.